Hello guys, welcome to the New York session live stream. Obviously this is a trade I've entered in the morning during the UK session live streaming, and I told you guys this is a trade that you don't want to miss. So for anyone who was in the live stream in the morning, I think a few people took this trade, and obviously I told you guys expect the market to consolidate. So we are going to get a consolidation, and that reversal is not going to happen until after New York session. And we're fast approaching New York session. We're only about 25 minutes from the New York session opening. So I would expect this market to start reversing at some point. And a carbon copy of this trade that for some of you guys who want to take this trade as well, you can, because this is similar to the pound New Zealand dollar trade, and I do see this market heading down as well as we approach New York session. But we're gonna stay with the pound New Zealand dollar because that's the one I've taken, and that's the one I've been kind of explaining to you guys during the UK session. So one thing you can definitely guarantee that is coming: this market will give me a pullback, a retracement, or a complete reversal from somewhere around this point. Hello guys, welcome to the live stream. If you're just joining, this is a trade I've taken during my live streaming session in the UK session a few hours ago. And yeah, so it's a trade that, I think a few people already took this trade with me as well, because I told you guys this is as close to a guarantee as you're ever gonna get when it comes to trading. The worst thing that this market is going to do is just going to consolidate at the top, but I don't see that happening. I see definitely we're going to get a pullback, a retracement, or a complete reversal. So we're going to watch how this trade is going to play out. Obviously, the New York session is just a few minutes away. I expect the reversal to start happening around about the New York session or after the New York session. We are going to get this market reverse 100%. And this is one of my strategies that I trade in the day trading called the Rise and Crash 2.0, and it's a strategy where I do risk a lot when it comes to these strategies. So that's why you can see the title of my video is All In, because this is a trade you can go all in completely. And we're gonna watch how this trade is gonna pan out, of course. And but yeah, hopefully we're gonna get some volatility because the market is coming into a consolidation. Like I said in my live streaming session during the UK session, that this market will consolidate at the top there, and then come New York session, and then we're gonna get a drop down. So yeah, just a couple of minutes away from US session. So let's see how this trade is gonna pan out. Of course, if you're joining me in this live chat, if you do want to ask any questions in the group, you can do that. Anything regarding to trading, yeah, I'll happily talk about that. And yeah. And we do also have the FOMC meeting tonight at 7. So maybe the market will wait until then before we get volatility. But regardless of what happens, guys, this market is only going in one direction. Brandon, thank you for joining me again. She's about to go down, I reckon. I've made a bit short in, about to short again. Oh, good for you. Good for you. Yeah, I did see the pound yen did take a little dive, and let's have a look at that one and see what it's doing. Yeah, you see it went down to this line is key. Even yesterday we bounced back off this line, so it's good that you're completely out of it, because now at this moment in time I can tell you that this market does have the potential to keep going. But you know what happens today anyway, because I think we got the FOMC meeting at 7 today, so it could be a good shorting opportunity. I know this market is bullish on a higher time frame, definitely. So let's go back to our trade, and I think another good shorting opportunity is also the Euro New Zealand dollar. This one is another good shorting opportunity. Oh yeah, I mean definitely on a higher time frame, yeah, it's definitely trending up on a higher time frame. I'm gonna have to dim my lights a little bit. Dollar Swiss franc looks a good buy as well. Let's take a look at that one. Let's take a look at that one. That's not a currency pair that I trade, by the way. I don't trade dollar Swiss franc, but I think I've looked at this in my. This is from my analysis from last week trading session, and obviously I've identified this is a type of contraction that usually breaks to the upside. Even though I was expecting this market to come back and make one new low before going up, so but looks like the market it's going already, and yeah, we have clearly broken previous structure, and the market has retraced, and now we're taking off. So this is definitely a good buy. I mean, if you're a swing trader or long-term trader, you would want to just buy and hold this. You would want to just buy and hold it. So yeah. Dollar Swiss franc is definitely a buy for this week. Take profit at 0.93. Let's see. Where is it? That's a big one. You're really going for a really big take profit. 300 what, almost 300 pips. Okay. Why are you going that high? Are you going because of this this structure here? Nine, that's 300 pips away. This is not relevant anyway, because the market has already tested this structure and is going to break that structure. The market will break that structure. That previous. See, this is one of those occasions where resistance and support don't work, because if you understand structure, the resistance and support are useless here, because the market has already tested that resistance. So it's going to come and obliterate that resistance. It's going to keep going up, definitely. Yeah, okay, sounds good. Let's see if he's gonna get to the 0.300. This one isn't moving yet, but it will move. I will actually be closing my pound Aussie trade. It's gonna be break even, because usually close that before New York session. And I'm getting a break even, so that's fine. And I usually take profit before it hits the target. Okay, fair enough. So I see the reason why you're taking your profit before that structure that I looked at around 93.38, I think. So yeah, makes sense. If that's the strategy that you use, then yeah, keep it up. Just be consistent, because that's the most important thing in trading, is being consistent, and have the discipline to be consistent, because it's very, very easy to not to break your rules in trading. And that's why you need to have a really rule with a rule with that's very clear, simple, and easy to follow. A rule that, if you break it, then you only have yourself to blame. And that's the thing about discipline. The worst thing that can happen to you as a trader is if you break your rules and by taking a trade, and that trade ends up being a winning trade. That's the worst thing that can happen to you, because it creates indiscipline, I would say, because you will ever remember that time that you broke your rules, you took a trade, and then the trade ended up being off. Then you're easily gonna do that in the future. So yeah, the worst thing that can happen on this trade, like I said, is the market just consolidates, and I think it's already consolidating. But this move is gonna come. If it doesn't come during the New York session, it's gonna come in the evening after the FOMC meeting. But this trade, I'm definitely not gonna be closing it, regardless of what happens. If it doesn't go down today, tomorrow I will be streaming again, and yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes trading is like that. You open a trade and then the market just drags and drags and drags. But don't worry. Don't even budge, because this trade, I'm telling you, the worst thing that can happen is you make a break even on this trade. That's the worst thing that can happen. Because once you understand the whole concept of this strategy, this is a strategy where I usually go. I risk probably 4 or 5 times what I usually use on my normal position. I'm still around break even, of course, and looks like New York session is not giving us any sort of volatility. Do we have any kind of news coming up? I don't really trade the news. I don't pay attention to the news, to be honest. The news kind of act like as a fuel. Whenever I'm in a trade and the news comes out, it just acts and it pushes my trade in the direction that I want it to go, really. So we haven't really had any news at 1:30, did we? No, we didn't. The only thing we've got coming up is the crude oil inventories at 3:30. And an FOMC meeting at 7. So yeah, for those of you guys who are joining, and if you haven't taken this trade, do take it, guys. This one is going to be on me. Take the trade now and short the market, because this is going to be a guaranteed profit. And maybe you can use part of the profit that you're going to make on this trade to get my day trading course, and I'll teach you more about this strategy. Just kidding. I mean, yeah. But don't worry, guys. This is what usually happens with this trade, and eventually it's gonna start going down. Let me show you a carbon copy of a trade like this that I took a couple weeks ago. Actually, on the live trade as well. I'll show you a carbon copy of that trade. I can explain. I touched on it on in the morning session. Actually, I touched on this trade as well. This is a similar trade, rise and crash 2.0, that I took on the pound Aussie a couple weeks ago. So this is what we're going through right now. You can see how it is. It's long, it's painful, it takes its time, but the market is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. And this is where all the orders are being placed. Whenever a market comes into consolidation, this is where all the orders are being placed, and this is what's gonna happen. And this is exactly what's going to happen in the trade that I'm in currently. And if you don't believe me, stay with me over the next day or two. We'll see. The market will start going down today. At some point, it's going to start going down. Definitely. So, but yeah, so it's the same pattern. And same, but guys, don't just go and trade this without knowing exactly what you're doing, because this is not a strategy that you can learn anywhere. It's not a strategy that you can just try and understand what I'm doing, because I mean I did give a background in terms of the strategy I use when it comes to day trading, and obviously everything I trade revolves around the strategy, understanding the background of the whole strategy. But this is what the market is going to do. You're going to get a consolidation here. I think I said this during the morning session as well. This consolidation is definitely coming. So now the question is, when is this market going to start? It's going to start going down today, obviously. But we haven't had any kind of news in the last hour or so that would have given this trade a momentum. And we do have FOMC meeting coming at 7 p.m. UK time tonight. So if the market doesn't move by the next hour or so, if it doesn't start moving the next hour or so, then come 7 p.m. you are going to get this move, and obviously at that, if we don't get the move until evening, then I will be streaming tomorrow morning. I'm not gonna close. I'm gonna close this straight on my live session. So you're gonna see. I'm gonna close this straight on my live session, and it's gonna be in profit by tomorrow. So anyone who's gonna take this trade, and if you have the balls to wait to hold your trade overnight, that's assuming the market doesn't go down from now, then yeah, do take it. So the worst that can happen is just the market will stay here and consolidate at the top here, but this move is definitely coming. So that's, I see six people in the group chat, and it's only Brandon that is talking on the live chat. 6 people are watching, but only Brandon is talking. What about the other people? Don't you want to ask any question? Anything regarding trading? Let's talk. I love talking about trading. I can talk about trading for ages. If you want, I can give you a background of this strategy that I'm using again. For those of you who were not in the morning session. If I wasn't streaming this trade, I would probably be out right now because the weather is so beautiful. If you live in the UK today, we're getting a really, really sunny weather. I don't even think I need my lights though. I don't think I need my lights. I've got my lights coming through my window. Yeah, I don't need these lights. What's your take profit on pound Israel minus 1985? Too much, you reckon? 1985. Let's see where 1985 is. Oh wow, you're really going for it, aren't you? You're really going for it, Brandon. No, in terms of my take profit, usually the way I deal with these kind of strategies, I'm just looking for the market to retrace at least half of this whole move. So the market moved about what? This whole impulse leg was about 440 pips. So the market retraced anywhere 220, 230 pips. I'll be out of the market. So somewhere around, yeah, probably somewhere around here. And the reason is because also I don't hold my positions into Friday. Yeah, I usually close my position Thursday afternoon. So regardless of whatever happens, by Thursday tomorrow afternoon, I will be closing my position. But the retracement is gonna come. The market has nowhere to go. I'm still here, bro. I'm in Kenya and my time is up to be in the office. I have learned a lot. See you tomorrow in the next live session. Okay, Milton, definitely. I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, but I will be. I mean, it depends on what happens with this trade, and it depends on the setup I'm gonna get tomorrow. You know. So if this trade doesn't move by tomorrow, you are gonna see me definitely streaming tomorrow session in the morning. Because I find it's a lot easier to stream when I've got a trade on. And then we can, talk about the trade, talk about anything. But when I haven't got a trade on, and I do get people that come into the stream and they don't really say much. They just watch, which is fine as well, I guess. But yeah. So what about you, Brandon? How long have you been trading for? I mean, you said you do trade. Were you the one that said you trade options? I don't think it was you. Was it you? So you don't really have too much experience in forex. Or maybe I got that one mixed up. Let me know how long you've been trading for, because you definitely don't sound like a newbie. Yeah, so in terms of your take profit, yeah, I would say it's a bit too much. However, you never know. You never know. I think what's gonna happen is this market will give us a little pullback heading into Thursday, and then Friday it will close somewhere there. But this pullback is coming, guys. Half-heartedly for 5 years and become serious in the last 6 months. Okay, fair enough. And what strategy do you use? Do you have a strategy that you use? I hope you're not following any of those things on the internet, all those strategies on the internet. It's getting a bit windy now. But now it's just market structure. Okay, fair enough. And are you trading your own capital, or are you trading with a prop firm? Oh yeah, definitely stay away from indicators. I will never advise anyone to use indicators to trade. Never. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Have you ever thought about using prop firm to trade? Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Prop firms, they do provide capital to trade, and that's the one I'm using currently because it saves you a lot. I mean, you don't have to yeah, they're called prop firms. They give you capital to trade, but yeah, maybe try and go for the ones that that offer instant funding. Don't go for the ones that offer all these challenges that you have to go through challenges, because yeah, those ones they're just not worth it. I mean, they're cheaper, but the ones with the instant funding are a bit more expensive. However, I think they're better in my opinion. Yeah, definitely do your research. I think the one I'm currently trading with is called the 5%ers. They're quite good. I mean, I've only ever traded with them anyway. I know there's so many out there. At the end of the day, you just need to find one that suits your trading style. Obviously, different prop firms have different rules in terms of when you start trading with them. The way I trade my strategy, like as you guys can see, and I don't use stop losses when I trade. and some of these prop firms you have to use a stop loss. So however, the one I'm with, the 5%ers, you don't need a stop loss. So this trade is definitely gonna drag on for a few more hours, possibly one more day. Do you ever hedge? Yeah, I do hedge. Of course I hedge, because one of the strategies that I trade, called the extended runner, whenever I'm trading that strategy, and I do get a runner, because extended runner always goes in the opposite direction. And when I get a trade the next day on the same currency pair with a different strategy in the opposite direction, I still take it. So I do hedge. But it's not to do with, I'm not hedging because, for example, if I'm in a trade and I want to, the trade is going in my favor and I hedge the trade, that's not what I do. I do have, sometimes I have trades going in opposite directions, but based on different strategy, because for example, the extended runner is more like a swing trading strategy that trades usually last about 3-4 days, and with my runner it lasts a few hours, usually from 7 till like 12 New York session. So with that one, yes, I do hedge, but completely different strategies. Oh yeah, because I mean you're talking more like hedging the same position. That's what you're talking more like. I don't do that exactly. I mean, if you understand my day trading strategy, and so for example, my extended runner strategy, because with my extended runner strategy, I always have two positions open in the same direction, and obviously the position are 2 days, are they a day apart. And the first position usually involves taking a very, very, very low risk. So that low risk is a position that I don't even care about whether it goes. I always close it in profit anyway, so I don't really care about what the running profit or loss on that position is. So if I take my extended runner trade, my first position, I move on to the next day and I get a runner trade on the same currency pair, and runner I usually take medium risk on them. So it's not exactly hedging, but I mean, this is today we had a couple of runner trades, but on here on the group that I've just closed one of them for break even. But this is, and I'll show you how those runner trades behave on the pound Aussie and also the euro Aussie. These are trades that I pointed out during the live session, the UK session. These are my runner trades. So with my runner trades, it's just a straightforward win that usually take a few hours, from about 7 to 12. This was a winning trade. Some of my traders took this trade, and the runner trade usually gives you anywhere between 40 to sometimes 120 pips. So if I was in an extended runner trade short on this currency pair, let's say I took an extended runner short the previous day, somewhere here, because my extended run, I always take my trades at the close of the day, when the market resets. So if I had my extended runner short here with a very, very low risk, and I go into the next day with a runner trade. So let's say, for example, if I use 0.1 lot on the extended runner trade, with my runner trades I use 0.4 lots. So the profit I would make on my runner trade will cover any losses that I may have on the extended runner trade, the first position, and obviously the second position goes in at the end of the day as well. And this move is going to end up turning all the way back down. But there's a whole kind of mechanics understanding why I do that and how it behaves. But this is a runner trade. This is a trade that if you've been joining my streams over the last couple months, a lot of times these are the kind of trades that I take during the UK session. But obviously today I took the one on the pound Aussie, which didn't really go. I ended up taking break even. I just closed my position a few minutes ago, but because I always close before the New York session. But this is a good runner trade that will end up being a profitable trade. So it's just different strategies, different yeah. But anyway, this one will consolidate a little bit more. I don't think the market isn't gonna start going down now. It definitely will, probably later on after the FOMC meeting, and which means I will definitely be streaming tomorrow morning during the UK session. So yeah, so I'll probably go on for a little bit and then end the stream. But yeah, we're not gonna see a pullback now. But definitely, whoever is in that trade, hold it. Just hold it, because this trade is gonna give you considerable amount of profit. Any more questions for me, Brandon? Because you seem like the only one that's talking on the group, and yeah, I don't think we're gonna get the market will start going down now. Actually, I think we're gonna probably head into wait until the FOMC meeting, which means I will definitely be streaming tomorrow morning, guys. But whatever you're doing, if you're in this trade, do not close it. Come back tomorrow morning and you're gonna see what the market is gonna do. Yeah, it's gonna I mean, it's already consolidating. It's just the fact of when the consolidation is gonna end. And that's one thing, as it you can no technical trader is gonna be able to tell you exactly when the consolidation is gonna end. But yeah, when the consolidation ends, this market would turn back down. So yeah, if I don't have any more questions, I think I will be ending the stream very soon. But what you see here on my chart is what you're gonna see tomorrow morning when I come back and start streaming again. This trade I will not close. I will not close it because the market is already at its ceiling. So when someone something hits the ceiling, if you jump and hit the ceiling, you're gonna come back down. That's what this market is gonna do. And yeah, it's my GBP trade looks like it's going to be a drop, so this might affect. Yeah, it could. Definitely could. What I tend to find out is I mean, obviously I don't believe in correlations. I don't believe in correlations. You saw me earlier today. The couple trades that I took, one was a long, one was a short, and virtually the same currency pair. I mean, Euro New Zealand dollar and pound New Zealand dollar. So I don't really believe in correlation. And even when it comes to the yen pairs, I think they do have kind of an inverse relationship because so if the yen drops, if the pound yen drops, I think this is just going to consolidate more, to be honest. And I'm not saying that there's no correlation doesn't exist between currency pairs. Correlation exists. I mean, it does exist to some degree, but you cannot if you're going to be a day trader, you should never look at correlation as something that decides your trades. Yeah, do. As a day trader, yeah, don't ever rely on correlation, because over short pace of time, the markets do not correlate. Some, I mean, to some degree, some pairs do correlate to some degrees. I think when you're actually gonna see correlation is when, for example, due to major news announcements, that's affecting just one single currency pair. So that single currency pair is gonna strengthen against all the other currency pairs. simultaneously. But yeah, this is definitely gonna head down. What's about the Euro New Zealand dollar? That's another one that I told you. If anyone wants to take this is another good shorting opportunity as well. And this is a perfect shorting opportunity because it's right at the top. This one will come back down as well. But I'm in the New Zealand dollar, pound New Zealand dollar, and that's the one I'm gonna stick with. Yes, so if there's no more questions, guys, I'm going to be ending the stream now. And just have this image in your head. For those of you who've taken the trade, don't close it. Because this is going to head into tomorrow. Definitely it's going to go into tomorrow. And we are going to get that move. So, yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow, UK session, probably from 7:30 or 8. And yeah, hopefully you guys are gonna join me. Brandon, hopefully you're gonna keep your position open and join in tomorrow, and then we'll see. Okay. All right then, guys. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow.